The load screen says we have 6% of the items in Metroid Prime. So there's still a ways to go, kids. Where's that hive at? I don't see it now. Hopefully it won't be too big of an issue as we climb up this room. So that is our next goal, is to climb to the top of this room. Not doing it from that side. Oh, here we go. Yeah, platform over here. Oh, I see you, Mushroom Man. Tell you what, this mushroom here, he's a fun guy. Yeah, get it? Because, never mind, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is one of those situations where I'm not sure if it's faster to rapid fire these guys or to use the charge beam. I love using the charge beam in this game. It feels really satisfying, but we need to find a hole to roll through, I think. The problem with it is it drowns out all the sound effects and things. It's like the effect of it is so overwhelming. Whoa, hello. I didn't see you guys up there. We're going to roll through here. Yeah, and that gets us to this door. I knew I was going to eat that damage, but I'm glad we didn't get knocked off the platform at least. You can hear kind of a buzzing sound. Here, listen for a second. You hear that like weird mechanical drone? That's because there's a pickup item right on that platform above us that we can't reach yet. And that's this game's version of the X-ray scope from Super. The X-ray scope from Super... You can let you look through walls and find items. In this game, you kind of just systematically hunt for that drone. And that's how you do. This is the next room that has stuffs in it to scan. Can I scan the door from way back here? Yeah, locked door. We can scan that. And that's all we need to do in that room for now. I almost walked into the poison water and I was starting to panic. And then I heard the shriek bats. And for some reason that made it all okay. Yeah, I'm going down here. Whoop, wait a minute. Wait a minute. First, scan that guy. Haha. Alright, back to work. Nope. Keep going. Into yet another boss fight with multiple things to scan. This game has a lot of those. Actually, not a lot. I think just the two. They just happen to be front-loaded. There's one boss you have to scan twice. So we scan that first. Getting burned up there. Don't want to get burned. I got burned because I don't know why. Now he's going to burn this hive up here, which creates this new kind of wasp. Alright, so that is the incinerator drone and the barbed war wasp. Getting burned again. Fireball guy in the center room is getting a little more creative now. We might just be able to tank all the damage in this fight. But I'd rather not if I don't have to. I'd still rather avoid the damage. Which means, I don't know if you have to morph ball under that or not. I suspect not. You just have to be standing kind of back against the wall and it'll just go over your head. Yeah, like that. It just goes over your head. Okay, so that makes this fight a little easier than I was expecting. Oh, we gotta hit this from the front, though. There we go. Wasp is right in my face, and I can't lock on him. There we go. Got him. You there. Fortunately, lots of health happens in this room. All these wasps are nice, friendly guys that drop health for us. Whoa, there we go. Is that it? That's it. Okay. Whew. So not too tricky of a boss, but kind of a lot of maneuvering you have to do. And you see what I mean about like the clunky maneuvering, how you have to like look around and Samus doesn't move very quickly. And moving in place is a thing, but we've got the bombs now. But the bosses are designed around that. Like the movement challenges in that fight were very slight. It's mostly just stay in place and lock on and then just keep track of what the boss is doing so you can move out of the way of its attacks, or so you can position yourself so its attacks will just automatically miss you. Good old missile expansion there. Alright, and we out of here. So we almost have our full, like, early game capability. A morph ball, bombs, charge beam, that kind of stuff. The stuff you usually get in the beginning of every Metroid game. Fusion also gives you this stuff really early in the game. Like, the first few pickups you get, even before you get to, like, a real boss fight, are morph ball, bombs, charge beam. I'm not sure if it's in that order or not. This is why this guy's my favorite monster in the game. Nope, nope, nope. He nommed me. Then you blow him up from the inside. I love it. So we need to scan this morph ball slot. Okay. And there's not much to this little puzzle here. Just kind of getting you adept to morph ball puzzles, basically. However, you hear the clicking, so you know it's a timed puzzle. All we got to do is go over here. Give this some power. Raise the platforms up. And that's it. That's the end of the puzzle. But you hear the timer beeps back there. You're like, oh, the timer. So do this and don't mess up this jump. You heard? Definitely take care of the wasps first. Don't want to get knocked off of the platform by a wasp at the last second. Wouldn't that be horrible? And last slot. I think the morph ball is so incredibly cool looking in this game. I'd never seen anything quite so round in a video game before. But this was on the GameCube. Remember, I was used to the N64 and PS1 graphics at the time. I bought a GameCube before I got my PS2, and I was like, oh my god, look how round it is! And then it leaves this really satisfying like laser trail as you roll around. It's pretty awesome. I was very happy with how the morph ball was implemented in this game and how it feels like it has some weight to it. This we can't do anything with yet, but this we can roll on in. And grab this. Haha! More energy tank. That's all we can get in this area for now. So we need to backtrack back to the giant tree room. Now that we have bombs, we can do something in that room. We can get some work accomplished. And then we'll get to the first like major challenge of this game. So the early game collectathon is basically just your introduction to the Metroid gameplay. This is what the gameplay loop is going to be. Go through areas, collecting new stuff, learn how to use the new stuff to open new areas. That's basically what we're going to do back and forth for the entire game. It's just getting you acclimated to doing that. And skip the ions now. See you guys later! Even though I think it is technically faster just to tank the damage and jump through the lasers. I don't want to jump through lasers, guys. Don't jump through lasers if you don't have to. So now, I think we're going to go back this way. Yep. Oh, wait a minute. What platform am I on here? Can I jump from over here? We can jump from here. Ah! Oh, man, we almost got our toes dipped in that water there. Our toes almost melted off. I do believe this is the correct way. This looks right. Yeah, this is where we want to be. And I didn't even have to check my map. We do, however, have to look for 4 more of those runic plates. Which means going down here. There's one here. There's 4 of these, I think. And I think most of them are towards the top. Question mark? Don't totally remember. We will learn together, my friends, where the 4 runic plates are. One of them's in this tree somewhere. But I think maybe further up. We're going to bomb our way through here and hopefully not get wasped. Get wrecked, Hive. Alright, yeah, there's a plate in this tree somewhere, I do believe. I might have missed one. We got to scan these things here. You can't scan the ones on the far ground down there because they are covering up a plate. And it'll say, there's a runic plate under here instead. I'm really worried I missed the one on the tree. I mean, if we did, no big deal. We just jump back down and climb up the room again. Yeah, here's where we need the plates for. Oh, there's one in the tree. Where is the other ones? Where is they be? Alright, I think we're just going to jump down to the bottom of the room there. Hi-yah! Thud. Samus kind of crashes to the ground all dramatically, but there's no actual falling damage, so we're fine. Is that one over there? That's a morph ball hole, looks like. No, just a knot. Oh, it's where one of those dudes come out of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, it's just a knot in the wall, but no, it's one of the tentacles people's comes out of there. I really should have put in my notes where these things are, because I knew this would happen. There's one. There's one in the tree down here. I was thinking there might be one over by the entrance to the room, but I don't see one now. Sometimes you can find stuff by looking around with the scan visor, too. It'll pop out at you if you haven't already scanned it. Like this bridge here. All the leaves are rotten. That's what that scan told us. I was thinking there were 2 before the morph ball part and 2 after. Yeah, there were 2 right after. It was standing right next to the morph ball tunnel. I didn't get it because why would I? Why would I value anybody's time? I don't even value my own time. That's why I play the Nintendo tapes on YouTube for a living. Yeah, it was right here. I just jumped past it because I'm smarty pants. I'm a smarty hat. So moving on. The runic puzzles are done for the time being. And why did I unroll? I knew we were going to roll into this. Herping the derp over here, guys. Herping the derp. Don't need to worry about those anymore because we already scanned it. I was standing in the middle of the one for some reason, though. Yeah, the little red flowers damage you, which is not nice. Don't really need to refill here, but whatevs. It's fine, yes. And here we are at the first major boss fight of Metroid Prime. All the bosses to this point were little sub-bosses, but here we go. Spore Spawn's Mac Daddy up here. And most of the big bosses in Metroid Prime are like puzzle bosses. Like, the idea here is shooting the boss doesn't actually damage it. You've got to destroy his like machines that are keeping it alive. You'll see what I mean as we walk through it here. But first, you gotta identify where we're going. We are going to this mirror over here. Actually, first, we better scan the boss. Like so. Then scan his tentacle. Like so. Okay, we're good. And then once he's kind of stunned, we can shoot his sun mirror up, take away all his light, and then the tentacle retracts, revealing a slot. Then we go in the slot, put a bomb down, and boom! Light him up. Now there's a glitchy way to win this fight. Like, you can kind of jump into the base of the boss, his flower base where he is, and kind of roll up, and if you're positioned just right, your Morph Ball bomb explosion will trigger that death sequence, but that's not, I mean, that's just cheating, right? We're not even going to need any missiles on this boss. We're just going to stun him, and you do need to stun him, because if you don't stun him, he'll wake up and put his sun mirrors back in place, and that would be bad. So we just stun him. You might be able to stun him faster with missiles or charge beam, I don't know. This is just how I do it. Nothing like a little button mashing on the clickiest controller ever invented, you know what I mean? And now 3 of the sun mirrors are lit. You can see where this is going. You see where this is going. You kind of get the idea. I kind of think 3 mirrors in a triangle pattern would have been enough for this boss, because otherwise you're just kind of doing the same thing repeatedly. And it's not the most engaging stuff in the world. Although, figuring out the boss does take a little while if you don't know exactly what you're doing. Should be able to get 2 of these mirrors in place before I have to stun them again. Yeah. That. Now we'll go in here. And each of these little bridges gets used up as you go. So the fourth pass on the boss is actually, it gets a little trickier because you've got to make sure you're positioning yourself correctly. You want the last mirror that you hit to be relatively close to the last bridge that you can use. If you're on the other side of the map and you have to roll all the way around, you might not have time to get in there and bomb it. So we're going to use... Where's the bridge at? Let's find the bridge first before we start doing any damage to this thing. There's the bridge. So we're going to go around this way. That one first. Slide over here and get this one. I'm stunned. Slide over to this last one. And our bridge is right next door. I fought this boss a lot of times where my last mirror and my last bridge were not close together, and then by the time I rolled all the way around the arena to plant my last bomb, it was too late. Couldn't. He'd already woke back up. So yeah, that's a thing that can happen if you're not very careful. Let's see if we get yellow energy here. There's 2 more collectibles that we need to scan. So we got the little energy, the medium energy, and the missiles. We need the big energy, and then much, much, much later in the game, we're going to get power bombs. And that was Flaahgra, the first boss. Flaahgra. Sounds like something out of Lord of the Rings. But killing him cleanses all the water in the Chozo ruins. And... get your Various suit on. What? So now our suit will look good again. With the big spherical shoulders, you know? It just, Samus does not look right without the giant spherical shoulders. Shoutouts to Toodles Team for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.